All right, for this lecture, we're looking at section 5.4, guys. And in 5.4, we're solving systems of equations by substitution and elimination, but these are systems of equations that are not linear, okay? So when you're solving a system of equation by the substitution method, you want to take one of the equations and solve it for x or y. So I'm going to take this first equation. If I look at it, if I solve it for y, when I divide by 2, I'm going to get a fraction. And I don't want this. So I always want to look for the variable that has no number in front of it. Let me go ahead and do this as the slideshow. Okay, so I'm going to solve this second equation for y. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. I have negative y equals negative 3x plus 9. Divide everything by negative 1. So y equals 3x minus 9. And I'm going to take this value for y and substitute it for y in the other equation. So that gives me x squared equals 2, and in place of y, I'm putting 3x minus 9 and plus 10. So distributing my 2, I get 6x minus 18. Combining my like terms, I've got x squared equals 6x minus 9. To solve this for x, I need to set it equal to 0. So I'm going to move my 6x and my negative 9 to the left. Remember, when I move them to the opposite side, that the signs on them change. Okay? Factoring, I get x minus 3 and x minus 3. So if I set x minus 3 equal to 0, I get that x equals 3. Now, if x equals 3, what does y equal? Well, going back over here, we know that y is 3 times the x minus 9. So we get y equals 0. So our solution is the point 30. Now, you won't always have just one solution, but in this case, you do. All right, let's go to the next one. Still using the substitution method. On the right, we got a circle, and on the left, we got a line. So I'm going to solve this first equation for x. I could also choose to solve it for y if I wanted. And then I'm going to substitute that over here. So now I have x, which is 3 plus y minus 2 squared plus y plus 3 squared equals 4. Simplifying the first equation, I have 1 plus y squared. Now I have to, remember, when you're squaring something, that means you're writing it twice and foiling it. So I need to FOIL the 1 plus y and FOIL the y plus 3. My pen likes to do funny things on me sometimes. So I have 1 plus y plus y plus y squared plus y squared plus 3y plus 3y plus 9 equals 4. combining all my like terms, okay, there's some y squareds, some y's, and some numbers. So the first thing I want to do is set this equation equal to 0 by subtracting 4 from both sides. So I have 2y squared plus 8y plus 6 equals 0. Now I could go ahead and factor that, but in looking, I can see that they're all divisible by 2, and since it's an equation, I can divide by 2 and make my numbers much nicer to factor. So when I factor, I get y plus 3 and y plus 1. So if y plus 3 equals 0, I get y equals negative 3. If y plus 1 equals 0, I get y equals negative 1. Bringing both of those y's back over to my first equation and finding the corresponding x, which is 3 plus the y. So 3 plus negative 3 gives me a 0. So this point is 0, negative 3. And then finding my other corresponding point, 3 plus y. So in this case, x is 2. So I have the point 2, negative 1. So in this problem, I had 2 points